All right, let's get right into it. We are breaking down one of the most insane competitions you've ever seen, Mr. Beast's All-Star Challenge. He brought back 100 people from his past videos for one single ultimate showdown. And what were they all fighting for? A massive, absolutely life-changing $500,000. I mean, this isn't just a fun game. For whoever wins, this changes everything. And right from the jump, Mr. Beast set the tone. This wasn't going to be some quick and easy challenge. He literally said, I don't care if this takes weeks, months, or even a year. This was going to be a pure battle of will and, you guessed it, endurance. So how in the world do you get from 100 people all the way down to just one winner? Well, we're going to walk through the entire thing. We'll start with 100 circles, then the first few gauntlets that thin the herd. After that, a crazy game that literally cut the competition in half. Then came the one-on-one duels, a wild choice the top 10 had to make, and finally, it all comes down to a paintball showdown for the $500,000.
Okay, so here's how it all kicks off. 100 circles, one winner. But listen, this wasn't just any random group of 100 people. Oh no, these were all all-stars. Every single one of them a veteran from a past Mr. Beast video. They knew the deal, they knew the pressure, and every single one was back for a second shot at that prize.
And the one rule that basically governed their entire life for days on end. It sounds so simple. If any part of your body, and I mean any part, crosses that red line around your circle, you are out. Gone. No more chance at $500,000. That's it. So simple, but so brutal. And that brings us to the first gauntlets, which, let me tell you, cut the field down fast. They went from 100 all the way down to 62. This first phase was just a war of attrition. It was all about who could avoid making a simple, dumb mistake when they were exhausted. And people started dropping like flies. Just 30 minutes in, boom, the first contestant, TJ, was gone. After just the first night, 14 more were out. Why? Simple stuff like just rolling over in their sleep and touching the line. Day 2, they had a block building challenge. Day 3, a massive dodgeball game that took out a whole new wave of people. The pressure was just on, constantly, from minute 1. And to show you just how tiny a mistake could be, get this. One contestant got eliminated because a raisin touched the line. A raisin? You can't make this stuff up. Mr. Beast's reaction just said it all. That's a $500,000 raisin. Can you imagine getting knocked out by a piece of dried fruit? Okay, if you thought that was wild, this is where things just go off the rails. With 62 players left, the next mission was simple and absolutely savage. Cut the number of players in half, in one single game. So, I mean, think about that for a second. How do you even come up with a game that gets rid of exactly 31 people all at the same time? Well, the answer is just pure psychological warfare. It was a game of hot potato on a massive scale. So here's the setup. The room gets split into 4 quadrants. A secret 1-hour timer starts ticking. 2 of the quadrants start with these big balls. All you have to do is make sure your quadrant isn't holding a ball when that secret timer hits 0. Sounds easy, right? Well, it was anything but. And this is where the mind games really began. Nobody knew the real time. So different teams were keeping their own count, and of course they were all different. The orange team thought they were at 9 minutes and 20 seconds, while the green team's count was at 10 minutes and 15 seconds. This confusion was the entire point. It was designed to create total panic and force these frantic last-second decisions. And when all that chaos finally settled down, just 31 players were left standing. Just like that, the field was cut clean in half. Brutal, but it worked. So this moment right here is a huge shift in the whole competition. It wasn't about surviving in a huge group anymore. Nope. Now it was time for one-on-one duels. It was all about individual skill, head-to-head. Everyone got paired up randomly for these intense challenges. The one that really stood out was the super tricky balance beam race. And the pressure was just through the roof. In one of the duels, a contestant won, but she celebrated like a split second too early. Stepped on her own line and actually got both herself and her opponent eliminated. Just no room for any mistakes at all. So after all those nerve-wracking duels, we finally had our top 10. And just when you think you know what's coming next, Mr. Beast hits them with a twist I don't think anyone saw coming. The finalists had to decide their own fate. Yep, the top 10 had to design their own elimination game. They debated all kinds of stuff. Games of chance, strength, you name it. But in the end, they all agreed on a pure test of balance. Who could stand on one foot the longest? The rule? The first 5 people to put their foot down are out. Simple. And that challenge went on for a ridiculous 38 minutes. Try doing that. After that incredible test of focus and sheer willpower, just 5 players were left. We had our final group. This was the home stretch. And all of that led to this, the grand finale, a final paintball showdown, one last game, and one person was about to walk away with $500,000. But first, they had one last choice to make. They could either play one decisive game to finish it all, or they could settle it with an endurance battle that could have gone on for weeks. By a super close vote of 3-2, they chose to play one final winner-take-all game. So let's break down this final duel. It was a 5-way paintball free-for-all. 3 hits on your mannequin and you're out. The craziest moment was this betrayal between Akira and Ronnie. They got so laser-focused on taking each other out that they ended up eliminating one another. That left us with the final 2, 12-year-old Gio against Noah. And after a tense back and forth, it was Gio who landed that final winning shot. And for the big finish, the emotional climax, Mr. Beast brought Gio's dad out and just announced, "Your son just won $500,000. It was just an amazing end for the youngest person in the entire competition.
You know, after watching this whole epic thing play out, it really leaves you with a big question. What does it actually take to win a Mr. Beast challenge? Is it just pure endurance? Is it raw skill? Or is it all about strategy? When you really look at it, it seems like you need a pretty special mix of all 3 to come out on top.